Hey, a glass from the soil, full of the soil. Hey, a message. What is this message? I am tired of this female line.
I'm tired of these females lying. Episode number 12. This gotta be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Just take a look at this quote right here. I was too hot not to cheat. Writer tells how she was destined to stray because she was so much better looking than her husband. What the fuck did I just read? This cannot be serious. This is the goddamn criminal herself. Whose mom is this? Somebody come get your mom. Who let her out the fucking kitchen? First of all, let's get this out the way. You are not too hot. Where the fuck did you get that from? If even that was a valid excuse, which it's not, by the way, your old Skeletor ass definitely is not qualified to use it. Who the fuck do you think you are? You need to bring yourself back down to reality, alright? Please join the rest of us humans on Earth, alright? I don't know where the fuck you're at, but you are not thinking clearly. Now, there's actually a whole article about this. This woman herself wrote a whole article trying to explain this behavior. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I figured we need to launch a full investigation into this situation. We need to bring out the crime unit because a crime has been committed here, alright? So everybody go ahead and get out your calculators and let's see if we can add this shit up. The agony of being too beautiful to be faithful. As it's revealed, attractive couples are more likely to divorce. This writer says she was bound to cheat because she was so much better looking than her husband. Wow, the agony of being too beautiful. That must be rough. What a hard life you must have. I couldn't imagine dealing with such a thing. First of all, you ain't even that hot. Like, why is she over here acting as if she's Nina or something? Alright, let me just tell you this, alright? This says it all right here, alright? Let's say I was just browsing the Pornhub MILF category, alright? I was looking for some shit. I see some Lisa. I see some Ava. I see some Brandy on there, you know what I'm saying? But let's say I also see this fucking bitch on there. I wouldn't even click on your video, alright? You know what? I'll take it one step further. I wouldn't even hover over your video to see the goddamn preview. So you need to get a hold of yourself because you are clearly delusional. The fatal flaw in our relationship was I blossomed to become so much better looking than he was. My poor ex couldn't cope with living in my shadow and constantly felt jealous and insecure. So here we have a picture of her and her husband on their wedding day, and as you just read, apparently she was just way too beautiful. He's just this ugly fuck, and she's just this perfect, beautiful flower. Now, you're looking at the picture, right? And I gotta tell you, I just don't fucking see it. She looks like a fucking Who character from Dr. Seuss. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision or something. I gotta go to the doctor because I'm just not seeing this supposed beautiful woman that's just so much better looking than her husband. I'm just not fucking seeing it. Meanwhile, I had my fickle head turned every which way by the gorgeous men who stepped over my poor, plain accountant husband to flirt with his perky young wife. I ended up leaving him for one of his rivals. Wait, what the fuck do you mean rival? Who has rivals in real life? This ain't a fucking movie. What is this, Pokemon? What do you mean by one of his rivals? Just his enemy? Like, what the fuck am I hearing? A banker with blonde hair and chiseled features who was introduced to me by my female friend. Oh, here we go. Did you guys see that last part? These hoes gotta stick together. The man she ended up cheating on her husband with, his fucking rival apparently, whatever that means, was introduced to her by one of her own girlfriends. She just threw the assist, alright? They were just working together. She just threw up the lob and this bitch dunked that shit, aka hopped on the meat. I had married in 1989 when I was 26. I genuinely believed my husband was the love of my life, but 18 months later it was all over, gone, because someone had flattered and seduced me, and stupidly, I didn't have the backbone to say no. Needless to say, my Lothario soon gave me a taste of my own medicine, driving me insane by chatting up other women. After a few agonizing months, I was left nursing a bruised ego when he moved on to someone new. And yes, she was gorgeous. Yeah, that's what you get for being a goddamn hoe. That's called karma. Poetic justice, you might say. Hold on. Do not ever quote Kendrick again. You are not worthy. But I am far from the only attractive woman to have messed up her marriage by being too pretty for her own good. Researchers at Harvard University, like Gossip Mag columnists, were debating why Hollywood power couples such as Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes rarely go the distance. Wait, is she trying to compare herself to Angelina Jolie? Is that what is happening right now? The latest example is Scarlett Johansson, who filed for divorce from her second husband this month and has frankly stated that monogamy is just not for her. Alright, hold up. Stop right there. I have heard enough. Now you are trying to compare yourself to Scarlett Johansson. I'm sure all of you know who that is. Black Widow from the Avengers, among many other roles, super famous. I'm sure everyone fucking knows. Anyways, she said that apparently she's not the only attractive woman to have messed up her marriage by being too pretty. That's her exact fucking quote. She then said, oh, also Scarlett Johansson did, Angelina Jolie did. So you know what? Let's just get a little comparison here of Miss, I don't even know what is her fucking name actually, hold on. Julia, okay, so let's just do a little comparison here of Julia and Scarlett, alright? So here's a picture of Scarlett Johansson, and now here's a picture of Julia. Scarlett, Julia. Scarlett, Julia. Scarlett, fucking Julia, alright? I think you all get the point. I remember soon after we married, I was at a dinner party sitting next to an attractive male friend and realized with great regret I'd never have the opportunity to go out with another man again. Let's go ahead and translate that real quick. With great regret, I realized that I'd never get to hop on this dude's dick. There was a frisson of chemistry between us. Later that evening, I danced with him despite seeing the pain on my husband's face. Oh no, she just ended up cucking him. What's up with all these dudes recently, man? This guy, the guy from yesterday's video. Listen up, gentlemen. I'm gonna need you to have some goddamn respect for yourself, okay? Listen, it don't matter how ugly you are. It don't matter how small your dick might be. Alright, we small dick ugly gang over here, and you know what? That's okay. You still deserve to be treated with some goddamn respect. So have some fucking respect for yourself. Do not ever let yourself be played. So I changed my ways and my expectations. I was 42 when I met my partner Steve, a 60-year-old eco-builder. He is as far removed from the playboy type I used to go for as you could imagine, and I hope he'll forgive me when I say less conventionally good-looking too. So she's just roasting her new husband. Apparently he's too ugly for her as well. Is this bitch serious? 20 plus years later, she is finally done with her hoe ways. She settles down with some 60-year-old apparently ugly dude that she doesn't even like. I find that hard to believe. First of all, dude's a fucking grandpa, and you telling me he's gonna be laying down that pipe? You telling me grandpa gonna be going in? I don't think so. So she definitely about to hop on the next meet that just says hi to her, that's for sure. And even then, let's just think about this. She spent 20 plus years just going from dick to dick, didn't give a fuck, you know, anybody that rolled up, what's good, you know what I'm saying? Think about the miles of sausage that have driven through those walls, and now this poor guy, this poor ugly man Steve, wifed her up. He didn't give a fuck. He went ahead and put a ring on it, man. She probably got over 100 bodies. We're talking triple digits. Actually, 22 years, that's less than 5 a year. And we know, according to her own statements, that she was getting all kinds of meat up in there. So shit, you know what? She probably got over 200 bodies. Just fucking imagine that for a second. Jesus! Save some dick for the rest of us. Like, how the rest... Alright, let me stop. But really, imagine wifing that up. Imagine wifing up a 200 body count. Jesus, man. I'm fucking sick. I am sick right now. You know what? That is it for the video. We have seen how this story ends. I think we can all agree this girl is fucking delusional and actually insane. So all I can finish it off with is, I'm tired of these females lying. Thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.